2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the first time I've gone live in years. I went live like years ago, almost 10 years ago now. And then I tried to go live again a couple years after that, and either I forgot how to do it or they updated how it worked and I couldn't get it to go for some reason. So that sucked. So this is the first time I've been live in a while, and I know no one's gonna watch this. It's late at freaking night. Kitty! Hey, kitty! Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, psst, psst. Nah. Alright, that didn't work. So yeah, I already know no one's gonna watch this. But I figured doing it live instead of recording another 30-minute video that's gonna take up space on my phone that I'm gonna have to try to delete later. I figured, why not just do a live stream and then it automatically uploads right after I'm done streaming. And if by chance someone happens to start watching this while I'm doing it, cool. But basically I'm just doing this as an easier way to, record a video. Like, cut out the middleman. Instead of actually recording the video and then uploading it, just, it's like the video's already automatically being uploaded. You know what I don't know how to explain it, but I've seen a few different YouTube content creators do their own takes on horror movies I could survive, horror movies I could beat, whatever spin to the title they put on it. It's the same concept, explaining how they would survive and or beat the monster in the movie. And I want to do my own spin because I've been seeing that for a minute now. So this might be a multi-part series, depending on how many monsters I can squeeze into each one. So, where should I begin? I think I'm going to go over a few, like a core few that are like the big. Obviously the big three, Freddy, Jason, Michael. But let's see, what other big important ones could I squeeze in here? Leatherface, Chucky, Pinhead, Ghostface, and I could try Evil Dead too. I can throw that one in here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw Evil Dead in here. It's for the hell of it. Yeah. So who should I start with? Should I go in the order these movies came out in, or go in the order of like most successful, yada yada? Which one should I do? I'm gonna go with order they came out in. So I'm gonna start with Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, this one's gonna be a little bit of a tricky one. So there's a few different ways I could go about this. First idea is to just, the easy one, don't go trespassing on someone else's land, let alone go into their house. Like, seriously, what were those people doing in the movie? And people back in the 70s had no respect for, people's personal space and stuff. It definitely still happens nowadays, it's just definitely not as common. Especially here in America, where we got our gun laws. It's like, come into my house, I have the legal right to shoot you, depending on the state. So, man, the 70s was just a different time. So, that's the easy one. First one. Just don't trespass on the land in the first place, let alone go in the freaking house. But let's just say, hypothetically, I'm just walking in the woods near the property after a few other people have already spooked up Leatherface and got him all riled up. So now he's scared. He's in protect the house mode. So he goes out like how he does in the movie and kills Franklin and chases Sally. Well, I'm not the best at cardio, but Leatherface isn't the most fit person either. In fact, I think he's fatter than me. I used to be fatter, so I was closer to Leatherface before. Maybe, and then again, even though he's fat, we see him run in the movie. He's pretty in shape for a fat guy. I can't run for shit, so I think I wouldn't be able to survive that one. But let's just say I don't get killed on the spot like Franklin, and let's say I run and get captured. Here's my plan. My plan is try to befriend Leatherface. Because Leatherface is not actually evil. He's got a mental and he's got a cognizant disability. And he got the shitty RNG of being born with these disabilities and being born in the worst family to have these disabilities in. They are evil, they are dicks, abusive, and they force him to be a killer. So maybe if I be nice to Leatherface and sweet talk him, maybe form a bond with him, maybe I can convince him to let me go. Maybe I could convince him that his family isn't worth sticking with, and then maybe we can run away together. And maybe get him some mental help and get him a normal life, well, as normal as it can be. Gonna have to get him to stop wearing people's faces, which is gonna be hard. We'll figure something out. But that's only if it gets that far. Like I said, not going to even go onto their land, let alone into their house. But if this is something like the second movie where they're coming after me, where they're just roaming around killing people to collect them for meat, I can't tell where they're going to come next. I might be kind of screwed. But I'm going to try my friending Leatherface idea. It's a long shot. If he's already aiming to kill me with the chainsaw, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop him mid-chase for a conversation, so might be a little screwed. Next, Halloween, the night he came home. Bum, 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 bum. Is that another cat? What is that? Is that a cat or dog? What is that thing? What the hell? Is that a cryptid? What was that? I caught that on camera. That's right, I got you. I got you on camera. Okay, so Halloween. Now this one, it all depends. This is the whole reason I'm making this. I made this video for Michael, but I decided to squeeze other killers in here. This one is tricky because it all depends on which timeline you're going off of, because he works slightly differently in each one. So in one timeline, if you just get away from him, he'll lose interest and then, stop following you, because his goal is to go back to his house. But if in that timeline he's targeting you for plot reasons, he's going to be on your ass and he won't stop. He's going to keep chasing you and chasing you and chasing you, and so I'm going to go over each timeline, starting with the first movie and the first movie alone. In that one, I just got to cross my fingers and hope that I don't, happen to, get in his crosshairs like Laurie did. It's pretty obvious with this movie and the 2018 timeline that Michael never had a strong fixation with Laurie like a lot of the sequels say he had. It was just chance. It was just pure chance. If she never went up to the house to drop off the key last night, or that night, or that day actually, Michael would have never... Oh, I got a viewer, and I lost a viewer. Wah, wah. Anyway, if she never dropped the key off, Michael would have never locked onto her. He never would have started focusing on her. So as long as I avoid the street that he's doing most of his killing on in the first movie, like if I'm on the other side of the town, I stay out of his crosshairs, I should be fine. But let's just say I do end up in his crosshairs somehow, like the hands of fate, just like what happened to Laurie, lead me to being stuck with him. Well, I'll probably survive in a similar way that Laurie did in the movie. Just gotta keep outpacing him. And whenever he gets close, I give him a few stabs. If I have a gun, maybe a shot or two. See, Leatherface, he runs, and there's like a 50-50 chance I could outrun him, but he clearly has more stamina than I do. So I would get tired and fall, and he would catch me. But Michael's slow. He can be fast. He goes fast in short bursts sometimes. But when he's have to chase or doing anything else, he's just walking. He's slow. So I just gotta run, but not run all in one go. I gotta do like sprinters do during a race. They pace themselves. I could definitely do that. Now, if Michael can teleport, which is still debatable if he can, but if he can teleport, I'm kind of screwed. Oh, I got a viewer again. Hello. Anyway, so if Michael can teleport, that may throw a monkey wrench into things. But as long as I avoid corners or anything he can hide behind, like if I'm in the middle of the street, there's not going to be a tree for him to pop out from behind while in the street. So, and if I see a car coming, well, that's just help. I wave them down. Tell them what's going on. Hopefully they help me. I get in, drive away. There we go. Hopefully Michael Myers will eventually de-aggro. At least from what I picked up from the first movie. Now, in the second movie, he's only going after Laurie because in the second movie they established the whole sister plot and that he wants to kill his sister. So, in that one, all I gotta do is just stay out of his way. He's not specifically coming... Oh, I lost a viewer. Oh well. That sucked. Anyway, all I gotta do is just stay out of his way. So as long as I stay out of his way, I'm fine. He won't bother me. Simple as that. Done. Now, say, I'm going to skip Halloween 3 because it has nothing to do with Michael. Going to the Thorn timeline. Which one, producer's cut or theatrical cut of 6, it doesn't matter. The rules apply for both, so I'm not going to split them. In this one, he's driven specifically by a curse, supposedly, that says he has to kill his whole bloodline or else the entire tribe will die, even though that plot is bullshit. I'm not even going to break it down. It's not important right now. Point is, could I survive this version of Michael? Well, yeah. Similar to, Laurie from Halloween 2. Just, he's after one specific person. I just got to stay out of their way. Now, the fact that he's trying to kill a little girl, if I don't help and that girl dies, I might feel a little guilty because I chose not to help out of my own selfish need to live. So maybe I'd try to help. And there's a chance. Rachel survived 4, only to die in 5, but still, she survived 4. So it is possible. Chances are slim, but it's possible. But as soon as I do survive, if I do happen to survive 4, I am not sticking around during 5. I'm moving. I'm not sticking in the same town. I'm moving towns. He won't follow because I'm not his priority. So, easy, simple. Now we go to H2O. I feel like it's the same thing, just stay out of his way. while he's trying to kill Lori, and he won't bother you. But if he's on his way to kill Lori, and I guess the same could apply to the last timeline as well, where he's after one specific person, but he still goes out of his way to kill people along the way because I guess he just enjoys killing. So I just gotta hope that I don't land in his crosshairs. But my same strategy for the first movie should work. As long as he doesn't teleport. If he can teleport, I might be kind of screwed. But you never know. Oh wait. Michael can drive, so even if my strategy from the first movie, where if I get a random passerby to drive me, Michael could just follow if he wants. I better hope that he just loses interest the further away I get. So yeah, in that timeline, just stay out of his way and definitely stay out of his fucking house. He was only killing all those people in Resurrection because they were in his house. So just stay out of the house. Simple as that. The Rob Zombie timeline. In that timeline, Michael is not some force of nature trapped in a human vessel. He's just a normal person. At least he's portrayed as one at first. He's a normal person that has trauma and disorders, and basically like any serial killer story. Shitty upbringing, mental problems, all stacked on top of each other, made him into the monster he is. So this one is a bit more understandable and maybe more able to figure out how to survive than the other one, because the other one has no rhyme or reason for the most part. Just kind of does what he does. But this one's a human and has human-like motives. So as long as I can understand him, I can figure out how to avoid him. And he seems to just want to reunite with his sister. It's weird. See, in the original movie's timeline, he wanted to kill her for some weird completionist thing, I guess. He killed one sister, now he wants to kill the other to finish the job. Then in the cult timeline, it was a cult curse that made him do it. But then in the H2O timeline, it's just a weird fixation with hunting down a family member when they're 17 specifically. Strange. Again, might be some weird completionist thing. Some weird pattern he has to follow. I don't know. But here, it doesn't seem like he, at least in the first movie, he doesn't want to kill Lori. He just wants to be reunited with her. But when she doesn't remember or know who he is, and then she stabs him, then he goes ballistic. So we don't know what the hell was going on with him in that first movie. But you might think, oh, because he's a human here, I could befriend him. Well, you remember his friend in the movie, the janitor? That didn't work. I still feel bad about that scene. That janitor was his friend. He was good to you, Mikey. He was good to you. Why you gotta go and do that to him? Damn. So that doesn't work. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay the fuck out of his way. He's after Lori, and specifically Lori. Unlike the first movie where he only went after Lori by chance because she happened to, get his attention by going up to the house. Here, he was after her from the get-go, so as long as I, stay out of his way, avoid him, and, don't go in his freaking house, I should be good. And if I do happen to get locked on because he just wants to kill for whatever reason, and I just happen to be the unlucky chosen target, well, this Michael is fucking big and hulking like a Jason Voorhees figure, but he still walks slow. And since this one is supposedly more human, definitely no teleport. Although, I take that with a grain of salt. He's so fucking big. He takes many stabs. He takes bullets. So, I think that's bullshit. Especially in the sequel when he can flip a car, but maybe they changed their mind by the sequel, I don't know. Next is the 2018 timeline, which is the last current timeline. And this one is like the easiest to survive because he's not after Laurie. When Laurie escapes and goes to the hospital, Michael escapes the burning house. He goes home. He doesn't go after Laurie again. He's going home. That's his priority. He's going home and he's just killing a few people along the way. All I gotta do is just stay the fuck out of his way, let him go home, and then just mind my own fucking business. When those people all jumped him, they lured him like away from his home to jump him. That fucked him up. They signed their own death certificate when they did that. He's in his home. He wants to be in his home. Leave him alone. And when he comes out to, kill someone again later, I guess, I don't know, try the jumping thing again, but instead of, sitting there and then taking a second to pull the final shot, arrest him like they did back in 78 when he was jumped and taken down, and then just take him back to the facility, boom. The fact that they stood there and gave him the time to get up and fight back, that was stupid. Then, of course, by the end of that timeline, he's weak, so I could just fuck him up like Laurie did by the end of it. So even if I did get into his crosshairs, by the end of that, he got overpowered by Corey, he got overpowered by Laurie. I just overpower him probably. I just gotta be, quick enough, think fast, and, football tackle his ass. And then obviously put him in a car crusher. Done. So, could I survive, Michael? I'm gonna say, like Leatherface, I said it was like 50-50. Maybe 75-25. I'm gonna say, depends on the timeline, but overall, 50-50. It's just a matter of staying the fuck out of his way. Next, Jason Voorhees. Now, this is easy one. Don't go to Crystal Lake in the first place. Stay off that land. But of course, I'm not in the world thinking with the mindset of a moviegoer who knows the story. I'm in the movie and it's like the real world. So I'm not thinking like it's a movie. I'm thinking like, oh, so this is the real world. Stuff like that is make-believe, made up, ghost stories, etc. Skeptic. Think skeptic brain. Say you think Jason's just a legend's not real. Well, on the off chance, I am a skeptic. I do like to pick holes in things. But I always also still have the just in case they do just so happen to be real. I'm still cautious and careful. But let's just say, in this case, I don't believe it. So I go to the campgrounds, and I end up in the situation. Well, I just gotta hope and pray. All the survivors in all the movies, all the final girls and the occasional other survivors, the love interests, Tommy, it's all by chance that they live. They're lucky. Jason is an ultimate killing machine. So I'm going to say my chances of beating and surviving him are pretty slim, pretty low. And the chances get lower and lower each movie. Because he gets stronger and stronger each movie. Timeline-wise, the later the timeline, the stronger he is. Jason X, Uber Jason, that's the strongest one. At least in the movie timeline. There's some debate on if Savini Jason is the stronger one, but that's neither here nor there. So let me start with part 2. That one's the weakest. That one, there's a chance I could beat him. Because he's a bit clumsier and he's got some extra strength. But he's still weak, like a normal person compared to the other Jasons later on in the movies. That one, Paul was fucking him up, wrestling his ass. All I gotta do is just tire him out some and, you know, get the upper hand on him somehow. Paul fucked him up, but then again, Paul was still about to get killed until Jane saved him. Jane. So, I guess it all depends. Maybe I'll tire him out and hope that, you know, I get saved the last minute like Paul did. Or maybe I'll let someone else tire him out and then go in for the blow, finishing blow. Now, part 3, Jason, still human, strong, supernaturally strong, but still mostly human. He still dodges knives and jumps out of the way of cars because he's still mortal and he still feels pain. So maybe if I just come at him like a fucking maniac, like Chris was with that knife and then stab him in the leg. If I just come at him swinging crazy with a fucking axe, maybe. But that's still a risky move. Very risky. Part 4 is like people say part 4 is the last human Jason before part 6 turned him zombie, but other people have argued he's already kind of zombie here because he's kind of starting to rot a little bit. It's like a weird transitional gray period. It's like an in-between. So, and this Jason is definitely stronger and faster, definitely more intimidating than part 3. This one's a menace. So this is going to be difficult. But Tommy was able to do it. A kid was able to kill Final Chapter Jason. And like, actually dead. Dead. He's dead. Not the whole, you cannot die, you can never die. You've just been sleeping, honey. No, in part 4, he's dead. Oh, I got a viewer again. Hello. But yeah, since he can die in part 4, I got a chance. I just gotta catch him when he's not expecting it, like Tommy did. But that's still up to a matter of luck. And then after this, I'm not even gonna try. Any Jason from part 6 and onwards, the only method is to just not go on the land in the first place. If I'm on the land, I'm basically dead unless I'm really lucky. So yeah, that one's a no-go. Moving on to the next horror movie, Evil Dead. If I find a book that's made from human skin and has a face on it, I'm not reading that shit, let alone listening to those tapes. So no, that's an easy survive because no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to read that book and then end up getting possessed and watching all my friends die. I'm just not doing it. And I don't think if my friends do it, if I ask them to stop, they keep going, I'm leaving. I don't care if I have to walk. I'm leaving if they do that shit because I am not comfortable. I'm like, no, do not do that. So, yeah. But if they do, and I do happen to get caught in the situation, I'm screwed. I'm not surviving unless I get lucky like Ash. But I don't think I'm going to get that main character luck. So, yeah, I'm not surviving Evil Dead if it gets started. I'd stop it from getting started in the first place. That's what I'd do. Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, lost my viewer. Damn. I keep getting a viewer and losing them. I don't know what that's about. I guess it's just people occasionally checking in because they get curious, but then get bored immediately. I don't know. Or maybe because it's late at night, they don't have time to listen to me yap. I don't know. Anyway, Freddy Krueger. Oh man, this is So you could survive till the end of one movie, but then he'll get you, whether it's the next movie or a movie or two later. He'll get you. The only two people or the only two final girls that we think or that we know survive are Alice from part 4 and part 5. And wasn't Laurie from Freddy vs. Jason. Oh, I had a viewer again. I lost them. Damn. Anyway, Laurie from Freddy vs. Jason. But that's only because that's the end of the timeline for that universe. That was the last one made. If they made a sequel, she would probably die. But we're not going off what ifs. For all we know, she lived. So there's only two, and that's Alice and Laurie. And of course, her love interest from the movie, and, Yvonne from part 5, and Jacob, the dream child. Those are the only ones. Oh, and Maggie, his daughter. We have no confirmation that she died in between films, so I guess we can assume she lived. As well as, the other main characters from Freddy's Dead. Was her name Catherine? No. What's her name? Ah, crap. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but the blonde chick, the kung fu chick, I forgot her name. And the Doc. The Doc was cool. He's a cool character. I wish we got more on him. But I guess those guys survived. But the fact that you can survive, like Nancy survived, died in part 3. The survivors from part 3, Kristen, Joey Kincaid, died the next movie. It makes me think my chances of surviving are slim. So I'm probably not surviving Freddy. Most likely. Unless I get that plot armor of Alice and Maggie and Laurie. But I don't think that's going to happen. I could try to beat him like they do at the end of each movie, but he'll come back. So I just got to keep doing that forever. I'm eventually going to slip up. I'm going to die. So, lucid dreaming is a good way to stop him, being the dream master. And funnily enough, I actually had a lucid dream last night. So, but those lucid dreams come so infrequently that I don't think I can just do it at will. I think I'm more than likely screwed. Yeah, I'm screwed. So, Freddy, very slim chance. And even if I do live once, I might die the next time. So, yeah, I'm probably not surviving Freddy. I just gotta not be near Elm Street. And there's the easy way to beat him. Don't fear him. Well, if it was just as simple as that, then we wouldn't have 9 movies. You can know that his weakness is not fearing him. But even if you try not to fear him, you're always going to fear him just a little bit, which is going to give him enough power to do something. Because he's a scary motherfucker. You can't just tell yourself to not... If you're scared, you're scared. You can't just say you're not scared. You can't make yourself not scared. At least that's what I picked up from all these movies. Because if it was as simple as just not fearing him... See, growing up, I thought, oh yeah, I could easily survive, His weakness is lack of fear, so just don't fear him. But the more I rewatch the movies and hear people talk about him, and the more I think about it, I'm like, if it's that simple, why does he keep coming back movie after movie? And that's it. Once you fear him, you can never fully stop fearing him. You'll always fear him just a little bit, and that'll give him wiggle room. So, Freddy, yeah, I'm fucked. I'm basically fucked. And now we move on to Pinhead from Hellraiser. And this is the first one I'm 100% confident I will survive. If we're not counting like the later movies where they got Pinhead way out of character. But no, going off his characterization from the first few movies, I'm good. He only comes if you open the box, and I'm not opening the box. It's the Cenobites and the whole box thing. They're masochists, sadists and masochists, sadomasochists. It's all about that masochistic pleasure. So if you're a freak, wanting to get freaky, and you need to get to that next level because the stuff you've been doing just isn't working for you anymore, you get the box expecting pleasure, only to get fucking killed, ripped apart, which some people, crazy enough as it is, some people are into that. But we're not going to get into that. I'm pretty sure most people aren't, and they get the box not expecting to die. But you get the box, open it up, boom. But the thing is, I'm not a masochist. I am a little bitch when it comes to pain. I don't do pain. It's not my thing. Ouch. No, I don't want that pain. No, thank you. No pain. So I'm surviving off rip. But let's just say someone, tricks me into opening the box. Well, we see in part 2 when a doctor uses one of his patients who doesn't know what's going on to open the box, Pinhead ignores her and goes straight for the doctor because he's like, "No, you're not the one who summoned me. Nice try." He doesn't say that, but that's basically his body language and his attitude. So even if someone tricks me, I would just see Pinhead like, "What the hell? Okay, bye." And then my friend in the next room is going to die. Or whoever that person is in the next room. If someone's handing me a box, expecting me to open it, knowing what could happen, they were not my friend. They were definitely not my friend. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, I'm safe. I'm good. Now, Pinhead in part 3, after his original human self and his demon self get split into two beings, I may have trouble because that one seems to have less of a strict strict code to follow. But I think as long as I stay out of his way and get as far away from him as possible, I'm good. So yeah, that's it. Pinhead, I'm surviving easily. I'm good. 100% survival. And he's ironically one of the most powerful ones, being a demon and all, but he's surprisingly easy to survive if you know what you're doing. So, Pinhead, I survive. Done, easy. Next is Chucky. Now, Chucky, most people, just about 99% of people say it's a doll. Like, the people doing these Can I Survive videos and these reactions, people like Simba, shout out to Simba, and others saying it's a doll, kick him, throw him, pick him up, toss him around, all that good shit. They do not keep up with Chucky lore. One person actually did in one of their videos point this out, but said, nah, they just didn't believe it. Then this detail is, even though he's the size of a doll, due to the magic of voodoo and the power of Damballa, he has the strength and speed of an adult human male. That is going to make it a little bit more understandable how people keep getting clapped by this doll when it's a super strong doll. One person, I don't remember who, was it Degenerosity? I'm not sure, I don't remember which one this was. But shout outs to him. But in one of these, I could survive these videos, they said, now I could believe if they had the strength of this guy and then showed a little person, dwarf, whatever, and said that guy I could believe, but a normal size adult, nah, I don't believe it. You can't just ignore lore. You can't just ignore canon like that. But all that being said, I'm actually taking that into account and saying it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be one-sided. I can't just pick them up and fuck them up. It's going to be an actual uphill battle. But could I do it? Now, they said the strength of a full-grown adult male. They didn't say a super strong buff guy, like a professional bodybuilder. So I'm assuming average to slightly below average strength of an adult male, which might make him on par with me, maybe. I mean, I'm a little below average, but still, if I know what I'm doing, I could probably take him out, probably overpower him. We see Andy overpower him in Cult of Chucky and just rip into his stomach to pull out a hidden gun and then fucking waffle stomps his head in. So I could probably do something like that. So this is all going off the first movie. I'm not going off the later movies where he's got an army. I'll get into that. But just going off the first few movies where he's just one doll, it'd be difficult. I gotta make sure he doesn't catch me by surprise, little sneaky fuck. But if I can get him, and he doesn't manage to, catch me by surprise and, overpower me, as long as I can see him coming, I got this. I'll just catch him, wrestle him for a little bit, because he's a small doll, but he's got the strength of an adult male. So I have to wrestle him for a minute, hopefully overpower him like Andy did in Cult of Chucky, and then just do what I want with him. Once I got both of his hands in each of my hands, like his wrists, I got both wrists, then he's basically powerless. And I just got to hold him out in front of me, and he can't reach me with those little legs. So then, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll drown him, burn him, something. I'll do something with him. Maybe try to knock him out and tie him up. So, for the first 3 movies, it's simple. Now, Bride of Chucky, now we have 2 dolls to worry about. Same problem. They both have the strength of adult humans. Now, average, women are a little weaker than men, usually. So, Tiffany might not be as strong, but she's still strong. And I'm not an average-sized male. I mean, strength-wise. I mean, I'm a little above average. I'm almost 6 foot tall. But strength-wise, I'm a little below average. So maybe I'll be on par with Tiffany. Whew, it's hot out here, even at night. Anyway, I'll be on par with Tiffany. So it'll be more of an even matchup than it would be Chucky. So I could probably easily overpower Tiffany, but if they're jumping me, I might be screwed. I might be screwed unless I have help. If I have help, my chances are higher. But if not, while I'm taking down Tiffany, Chucky's gonna get me. And if I'm trying to take down Chucky first, Tiffany's gonna get me. I think I might be screwed there. Now, Seed of Chucky, where we have Glenn and Glenda. Depending on which personality is out at the moment, Glenn might actually help me survive, because he doesn't want to be a killer. So, as long as Glenn can distract his father and his mother long enough, maybe I'll win. But if it's Glenda who's out, then I got 3 dolls to worry about, and I'm screwed. There's no, if I could not survive 2 dolls, I'm not surviving 3. Now we move on to Cult of Chucky, and it's game over. It's game fucking over. If I got like 3 or 4 or 5 Chuckies jumping me, I'm screwed. Now, in the movie, we have 4. We got the head with the stitches on it that Andy was keeping. And then we got the 3 at the hospital. So, similar to Seed of Chucky, I only have to worry about 3, but that's already too much. Then, in the show, we have so many Chuckies. We got a whole army of Chuckies. I am dead. Unless I got plot armor, like the main characters. Now, if one of those, like Andy survived in the movie because only one Chucky came after him at a time. It's just, he was able to overpower that one, the buzz cut Chucky. So, if they come at me one at a time, I got a chance, but if they're coming at me all at once, I might be screwed. I might be fucking screwed. So the first few Chucky movies, I got a decent chance, but after that, it just goes downhill the more dolls you add on top of it. And then the last movie series I'm gonna cover in this part, I'll maybe do another part covering other horror movies later. But for now, this is the last one for now. The Scream franchise. Now let me tell you, this all depends on the Scream, because it's a different killer or set of killers each movie, and some of them are better and some of them are worse than each other. Some of them are more strategic, some are clumsy bastards. It's all over the place because it's a different person every time. So it all depends on a few factors. One, I got a fucking gun, and two, if they don't have a bulletproof vest like the Ghostface from Scream 3 had. Can you believe there was only one Ghostface in Scream 3? That breaks the whole, tradition, the whole point of the Scream movies was there's always two killers. Oh well. So if it's Billy and Stu from the first movie, I might have a chance. Because they're a little clumsy, they're a little slippy. They plan things out decently, but I still, like I said, they're a little clumsy. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to get the jump on them. Now if it's, the killer from the second movie, they seem a little tougher. The one Ghostface, I don't remember which one it was in that scene, but the one that was in the car crash, or caused the car crash, that one took some damage and kept going. But still, they're just humans. They can go down eventually. I just gotta have a gun or just a really good weapon. And I gotta be able to use it. Scream 3, bulletproof vests, that's gonna make things harder. But they were able to beat him at the end, so I just gotta cross my fingers and get lucky. Scream 4. These are, high school teenage kids in the fourth movie. I guess they were in the first movie as well. But I feel like they're younger here. They feel younger. If Billy and Stu from the first movie were 16, 17, about to be 18, the killers from Scream 4 feel like they're 15, maybe about to be 16. They're a little younger, a little more inexperienced. Maybe I could do something about them. Maybe. That is if they don't get the jump on me. See, that's the thing with all of them. If they get the jump on me, I'm probably fucked. But if I can see them coming, I got a chance. I gotta outmaneuver them. I already said, my cardio is shit. So I can't just run. I'll eventually tire out. They'll catch me. But if I can run them around a table a few times, or maybe, hide somewhere and then sneak past them. If I can just get to a car, flag someone down and say help, similar to my Michael strategy, I might be good. I haven't seen Scream 5 or 6, but I know from the trailers that one's more extreme. That one was ballsy enough to just go out into a store, guns blazing, being all ballsy and shit. That one might fuck me up. Scream 7, I've heard about it. Sucks. And I think because that movie sucks, I think I could beat all those ghost faces. Just because they're just a bunch of randos. Inexperienced randos. Man, they should have stopped after 4. They killed off Dewey in 5. I haven't seen any of them past 4, but I got a spoiler. Dewey, who survived all the other movies. He survived 1 even after we thought he died. He survived 2 after we thought he died. He survived 3 after we thought he died. 4 after we thought he died. And then 5, he actually dies. That was, bad movie. Bad. You know what? Anything after 4 is not canon. There, I said it. Fucking said it. Anything after 3 is not canon, maybe. I don't know. Oh, and I guess there's Ghostface from Scary Movie. That one's goofy. I could survive him. He's goofy as hell. Ray and freaking Bobby. Wait, that wasn't his name. What was his name? I think it was Bobby. No. Crap, I don't remember. The Billy stand-in in the movie. So we got, was it Jimmy? No, it was Bobby. I think it was Bobby. No. I don't remember his name. He was only in the first movie. He didn't return like Ray and Cindy and the rest of them. So I don't remember. But him, Ray, and Officer Doofy, those are the 3 ghost faces for that movie. And I could survive them because it's a goofy movie, goofy characters. For Ray, maybe I just gotta have sex with him. Maybe he'll let me live if I fuck him, because he's fucking gay. Same thing with the other guy, because he said he was also gay. So, As for Dewey, well, when he's not Ghostface and he's just, regular Officer Doofy, I could probably befriend him and get on his good side, and maybe he won't want to kill me. But if that doesn't work, I just got to try to outmaneuver him, outrun him, do something, and just hope for the best. So, yeah, that's the last film I'm going to cover. Oh, Oreo, hello. Oreo was my one viewer that kept popping in. What are you doing? Can you see my comments? Oh, I see them now. I'm sorry. I didn't notice them at the bottom there. Well, you're gone now, so you can't see. I'll comment. I'll talk to you in Discord after I'm done with this. Anyway, I'm about to end this, so I guess here we go. That was a few horror movies. That's a few horror movies I went over if I could survive or not. Not movies that I think I could survive. There's a few monsters I think I have a chance. Or not. So, yeah. For Ghostface, it all depends on the Ghostface and if I have a gun. For Chucky, if there's only one of him, it'd be a struggle, but I can get it. But if it's more than one, I'm screwed. For Pinhead, easy. Just don't have anything to do with him and he won't bother you. For Freddy, I'm fucked. For Evil Dead, I'm good. I just won't touch the fucking book. For as long as I stay off his land, I'm good. But if I'm on his land, pray. I gotta have the best luck in the universe to get away at that point. For Michael, just stay out of his way. Stay away from the areas like near his house. And for Leatherface, just don't trespass in the first place. There's my survival guide strategies. Boom. So, yeah. I'd be surviving. Decently. Alright. I think that's just about it. I'm guessing, I don't know how many times I had one viewer show up and leave. It was probably Oreo the whole time. Oh, Oreo. Is that you again? I just noticed your comments down there, buddy. Sorry, I didn't see them. I'm still figuring out how live streaming works, because I haven't done it in like years. I was about to end the stream. Is that you, Oreo, or is that someone else? Oreo, if that's... Oh, he left again. That probably wasn't him. Yeah, that probably wasn't him. Damn. You know what? Anyone who's watching this after it's already over and uploaded as a video, go check out Oreo. He's been desperate to get to 50 subscribers so he can start live streaming. Please help him get to that goal. I feel sorry for him. Come on. Get him 50 subscribers. All right. What are you doing, Mama?
I'm not going to get my orange juice.
Okay. Going back outside. Anyway. All right. That about does it. Let's see. How do I stop? How do I stop live streaming? I don't know how to stop live streaming. Crap. How do I stop? Is there a way to stop live? Do I just click the X? How do I stop live streaming? I'm gonna have to go in and look it up. I don't want to just accidentally lose all my progress here.
Like, don't try to do it for a job next week.
What?
We do it for a job next month.
What about my SSI check? It's
We have to call them.
okay. We'll call.
Proof that you got stuff wrong with you.
Okay, we'll call them. We'll call them. Shush. Okay, so now let me use this. Come on, there we go. How do I stop live streaming on YouTube on phone?
To stop your live stream on YouTube from your phone, tap the X in the top corner, then confirm by tapping End. Finally, close the app to make sure the broadcast stops completely.
Okay. It was as simple as hitting the X. I would assume there'd be like a stop button. You know, just like it is when you record a video, to just be a square that you hit. I think that's the way it should be. The X makes me think you just exit out and then nothing gets saved. That's what the X makes me think, but all right. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace.